What is going on, guys? I am Hunter, and tonight I am just going on a casting rampage. I've casted a couple games already, and I just found this replay. It was only uploaded a few minutes ago, I believe. This matchup is going to be between Liquid.HuK, the blue Protoss at the top left position of Jungle Basin. His opponent, spawning at the bottom right-hand position, is going to be a player by the name of Fever. Fever is the red Terran player. This is going to be a ladder match, of course, on the Korean ladder. HuK, living in Korea right now. HuK is around 150 on the Korean ladder, and Fever is actually around 100. So Fever definitely the more highly ranked player in tonight's matchup. So it should be a good one. HuK, rarely do you see HuK as like an unfavored player. He's very strong. Almost made it to GSL Season 3. I think he got knocked out in those qualifying rounds by like one game. It was just so close. HuK, really good. Won an MLG tournament in North America. Just such a strong a Protoss player. So it's always good to watch his games. He's got a pretty fun attitude too. A little bit cocky, but it's always fun watching his games. So this should shape up to be a good one. I haven't seen this particular replay, which is nice. So, I don't know what's going to happen. You guys don't know what's going to happen, and we can just hope it's going to be a good matchup. So HuK actually sent out a very early probe. We can see on HuK's vision, I mean, he knows exactly what's going on, whereas Fever is only sending out his SCV right now. So, yeah, HuK is maybe a little bit concerned, a little less comfortable on Jungle Basin. He definitely wanted to get all that scouting done as quick as possible. He sees the barracks, of course, that went up right next to the command center, and the refinery that has gone up very soon after. Fever, his SCV has just arrived and going to be doing, that standard scouting. Once again, the same opening HuK likes to use in just about all of his matchups, where you get, of course, the gateway assimilator, and following that up with the cybernetics core, still mining off of one gas. Fever, on the other hand, is just finally getting his orbital command in as HuK loses that probe, and we're going to wait and see what time each of these players go for their second geysers. We see HuK already is getting his second assimilator, and Fever's SCV is certainly going to see that. This SCV will be able to, he has free reign in the Protoss base until the cybernetics core arrives, and HuK can get a stalker out. As you can see, the gateway is rallied on Fever's SCV. Factory going up soon after the barracks, of course, and still just going to mine off of one gas. He's finally getting up his refinery, so, I mean, HuK getting it a little bit sooner, putting his pylon up behind his mineral line, getting a pretty nice spread so far. Like to see, maybe a pylon down at the back door here. These destructible rocks, if you eliminate these rocks, really does change the architecture of the map, opening up that back door. I'm wondering if either of these players are actually going to try and fast expand. It's a very common strategy on this map, just because your natural expansion at the back door is so well protected. Stargate going up behind the mineral line. HuK wanting to sort of conceal that from Fever. Of course, he doesn't want that scouted. Might see a scan go down or something, but this Stargate's in a pretty good position. I wouldn't expect that to get scouted anytime soon. Second gateway on the way as well. And back at Fever's base, a starport on the way. Tech lab going down on the factory along with a reactor on the initial barracks. He's going to apparently switch off that tech lab, probably put it on the starport, possibly see Banshees. That refinery was just a tiny bit late for, normal Banshee tech. I'm wondering if he's actually going to go for Cloak or just regular Banshees. What does he have planned? His first Banshee on the way. We're going to have to wait and see for the rest. Tech lab nearly complete. Does he have anything planned for that factory tech lab right off the bat? Don't see anything just yet. He's getting a siege tank though. Might keep an eye out for siege mode. Phoenix has arrived as well. Phoenix just the best scout, man. Like 4.25 speed. It's the fastest air unit. And yeah, as we can see on HuK's vision here, he's moving in. Sees the starport with tech lab, factory with tech lab. Marine's going to get some pot shots off, but Phoenix is just too fast. So second Phoenix has arrived as well. And continuing to, of course, produce Phoenix I'm sure he's used at least one chrono boost on that Stargate as well. At the back door, HuK did put up this pylon, so he will know if his opponent, Fever, is going to go for anything, going to try to knock down those back rocks. Fever actually salvaging that bunker, and with 2 Phoenix now, lifting off a couple Marines, able to take only took a little bit of damage to the body of that Phoenix. Other than that, it was just shields. Taking out what he can, a couple Marines here and there. Now we do actually have Cloak on the way, and looking at the units tab, we see 1 Banshee out already. It's just sort of doing barrel rolls, patrolling around. He's probably going to wait. He's actually trying to line up I think the ending of this Cloak along with this Banshee. It's going to be pretty close, and he's probably going to try some 2 Banshee harassment. But HuK has scouted it. So, I mean, HuK definitely knows it's coming, and we can tell because HuK just finally got in his robotics. He's going to get a observer out, and these Banshees are keeping a close eye on the front door. Going to try to spot the Banshees when they do finally move out. We've got 1 Banshee moving out over here. The second Banshee will be completed in just a few seconds. I'm wondering when HuK is going to scout this expansion down here. Both players actually expanding at almost, the exact same time, really. So, yeah, the income tab shows us just about identical harvester count. And we're going to have some Banshee harassment coming up here momentarily. I doubt the Banshee's going to want to... Yeah, that was cloaking just a little bit too soon. Yeah, a little bit wasted there. I mean, let's think about it. He doesn't actually need cloak until just about right now. But the observer's there anyway, so that was just sort of hugely wasteful. I mean, this Banshee is probably not feeling comfortable about moving into the Protoss base with an observer in there. A whole fleet of Phoenix out now. We got 6 Phoenix here for HuK. He's getting a robotics facility as well. So it looks like a robotics bay, rather. So he's going to follow up sort of this early Stargate play with Colossi, I believe. Back at Fever's base, he is dealing with these menacing Phoenix overhead, and we do have actually harassment going on. How many kills does Banshee have? It actually has 5 kills already, so some very effective mineral line harassment here, and only 1 Stalker back to deal with it. HuK was a little bit too aggressive with those Phoenix and getting caught way out of position. Is this Banshee going to get out of range of the observer? No. They actually stopped moving with that Banshee. I'm not sure if it would have been able to escape anyway. But that Banshee got at least 6 or 7 worker kills. As you can see, the worker harvester count for HuK has fallen down to 20. It was 27 a moment ago. Just trying to chrono boost out more workers now on both Nexi. Actually, back keeping up to date with these Phoenix. Whoa, you don't usually see the gravitic boosters coming out. That's the observer speed. Whoa, getting both mules, I believe. I believe that was actually 2 mules that were just sniped by these Phoenix. You're always going to want to focus on mules. Obviously, they're much more efficient at mining than just SCVs. 5 racks already, so we can see a very heavy bio play coming from our Terran player. I'm sure he's going to have plenty of Marines in his unit composition to deal with the Phoenix. It's going to be hard to continue to harass with 2 missile turrets down at each base. No upgrades just yet, and it looks like our Terran player is looking to move out. Yeah, again, no upgrades on the infantry, and I'm not sure, does HuK have a forge just yet? Doesn't appear like it, so, neither player really prioritizing upgrades. I believe HuK does know that this, rush is coming, so he's going to want to hurry back. I'd be very surprised if that those Phoenix actually completely missed Fever's army here. So these Phoenix gonna clean up a lot of the reinforcing units, and now Fever sort of just poking at the front door. On the units tab, we see 9 Zealots, a Colossus, and 5 Stalkers. Of course, the 6 Phoenix overhead, and then a Sentry mixed in, just in case he wants to force field a ramp. So, I mean, HuK definitely in a defensive posture at this stage of the game. Map control going to Fever. Both players getting some upgrades. Stimpak's just finished. Stimpak's going to be really effective with this many Marines versus the Phoenix. If those Phoenix get caught out of position, above that Marine ball, they're going to be, falling very quickly. Still on the production tab, we do see the thermal lance upgrade coming as well. A couple of units, a Marauder, a Marine here or there. I'd like to see the kills, actually. 2 kills on that Phoenix, 4, 1, 3. So these, and 4 more on that Phoenix. So actually these Phoenix have really paid for themselves. I mean, they've taken a little damage here or there, but they've taken out a lot of units. I'll remove the health bars for the time being. Some people are not too fond of them. But Fever just sort of positioning himself just outside his front door, continuing to macro up more units. Lots of Marauders at this point. Not so many Marines. Infantry level 1. Infantry weapons, of course, on the production tab for Fever. Back at HuK's base. Chrono boosting out even more Phoenix. A Colossus on the way. And still getting down more warp gates. So another robotics facility as well on the low ground here. And ground weapons level 1 on the way for HuK's units as well. So I like the map control that HuK has with these Phoenix. They're just, of course, again, like so mobile. He gets so much vision. He almost always knows where the Terran player is. He's able to do this kind of harassment. You know, pick up an SCV here or there. Yeah, why not? Execute a worker. Vikings are out for sure, but the DPS on Phoenix are a lot better than Vikings. Of course, they can move while shooting. They're a lot faster than Vikings, so really all Vikings have are the range advantage. So it's good to park Vikings above your Marine Marauder ball here. Keep them protected for sure from the Phoenix. I'm wondering when Fever's actually going to be looking to move out on the Army tab. We see Fever leading by about 20 supply. He's at, well, 167 now. Wow. Compared to 140. More upgrades for sure. Concussive shells on the way. And HuK is actually getting a Twilight Council as well. So HuK is actually making a very late transition into heavy gateways. I mean, obviously he opened with Stargates, then pumped out a few Colossi, and now he's got, I mean, 6 Warp Gates on the go, and getting that ground weapons, continuing to pump out Phoenix, and we actually have an expansion going down here at the 9 o'clock. At the same time, HuK moving in, gonna have no problem, just devastating. Let's see how they do here. What's going to go on here? This is just gonna be too many Vikings. HuK isn't down to engage there, so he's going to fall back. Is his 9 o'clock expansion going to be uncovered here by the Phoenix? Or sorry, by the Vikings rather. Oh, and that probe might have been a bit of a tell there. That Marine does see exactly what's going on. So it looks like that 9 o'clock expansion is going to be under siege soon. Well, I mean, at the same time, we do have the former gold. These actually used to be gold minerals. Now they are not. But this expansion in the middle of the map is going up for Fever. Oh, and you know what? HuK actually canceled that. Very interesting. HuK was not looking to put that expansion up after it was detected so early. Zealot legs. There was a Twilight Council that went down just a couple moments ago. And looks like he's actually chopped down his back door. Get rid of these rocks and yeah, try maybe a flank around the sort of east side of this particular expansion. We're just going to have to wait and see. Taking a look at the vision of HuK, he actually has excellent vision. He's got a proxy pylon in position. He's got an observer overhead of the Terran ball. And, of course, these mobile Phoenix. Fever's vision, on the other hand, he's got the Zelnaga. He's got a very scary fleet of Vikings at this stage in the game. I mean, when you've got this many Vikings, 15 Vikings, it's going to be very scary to deal with. Only 7 Phoenix remain for HuK's army, so it looks like this is going to be an engagement soon. We'll leave the health bars off again. The scan is going to book the Protoss army, and Liquid.HuK actually broke down those destructible rocks so that he could take this 3 o'clock expansion. He doesn't want to get too far behind, and these Phoenix now getting a lot of shots off, or the Vikings rather, taking out a lot of the Phoenix is what I meant to say. And siege tanks gonna try to get some shots off too, but there are a lot of Zealots in this mix and a ton of Colossus, exactly what HuK needs against this heavy infantry ball. But these Vikings, they aren't in check anymore, and they are just dropping these Colossus very quickly. So this is a pretty even exchange at this stage. I'd say HuK, you know, slightly got the better of that, but both players losing a lot of units there. The Terran player still leading by about 10 or 12 supply. So very close exchange there. The Vikings actually really did outnumber the Phoenix, and of course they outranged them as well, so they were able to eliminate those Phoenix very quickly. So many Colossus went down there as well. That was a lot of resources. I'm actually wondering units lost. Slightly more units lost actually for the Terran player. Now the ground weapons level 2 is going to complete in just a few seconds, so that's why he is moving in at this point. Ground weapons is going to be complete, right now. So this is actually a very good time to engage. Colossus at the back, lots of stalkers. These Vikings are going to try to get shots off on the Colossus. Stalker's going to engage the ground army, of course. One Raven as well, definitely for a point defense drone. Very effective against stalkers. But I think at this stage in the match, I mean, both players, pretty content to macro up, both on 3 base. So it's actually looking to be a very close game, on all the tabs. Income tab as well, actually favoring HuK in terms of the total number of workers. But of course, Fever always is going to have those mules to give him that economic boost. I just heard a stim pack as well. Not really sure why anyone would be stimming here. It's going to be another engagement. HuK pushing in. He wants to get those zealots now that they have charged in the front. A couple of force fields preventing. Look at all the marauders at the back here that are not getting shots in because of the force fields. It's just a nice force field, but is this just going to be an overwhelming amount of infantry for HuK to deal with? He does choose to push back. A lot of mining time lost here. I don't really know if that orbital command liftoff was necessary, but at the same time, a lot of these stalkers are engaging. Force fields going down on the ramp as well. Now HuK is actually retreating to his 3 o'clock expansion. Mining's going to commence here, I'm sure. The Marine Marauders getting choked up on the ramp. That is not a good place for Fever. The force field preventing all of these Marauders in the back from getting shots off for the first few moments there. No more Colossus in the mix. This is going to be pure Stalker, and these Stalkers with their +2 upgrades for weapons are going to be good to go and prevent this 3 o'clock expansion from falling. Infantry at 1-1 at this point. The orbital command lifted off before actually to help his infantry get through, because those were some nice force fields that went down right here. So Fever lifted off so that he gets his infantry ball through. I like that play. Templar Archives has arrived. Blink has arrived as well. Psionic Storm on the way and warping in some high temps as well. Very deadly unit, especially against Fever's unit composition. Going to be dropping over here and shutting down this 9 o'clock expansion for the second time. Yeah, going to have no problem taking out those pylons. So this is actually looking to be a very tense moment in the game. HuK has finally taken the supply lead. He is up by about 16, 17 supply at this point. This probe actually getting in for some scouting. Looking at HuK's vision, I mean, he definitely knows what's going on there in the Terran base. Bit of a misclick, but yeah. Want to keep an eye on the income tab as well. Looking to be pretty close. A lot more gas, though, for HuK. Significantly more, about 50% more than the Terran player. HuK's unit composition is definitely a much higher tech. Even getting a Dark Shrine as well. I really like HuK's play. Getting every kind of unit this game. Of course, high temps, dark temps going to be arriving soon. The Kydarian Amulet. And finally getting some ground armor upgrades as well. Both players going to macro up just a little bit more. But it looks like HuK is ready to engage and lay siege at this middle expansion. The orbital command lifts off. Stim pack going down. The Zealots getting trapped in the back. A very nice storm, though. A lot of those Marines and Marauders are in the red. Lots of medevacs trying to heal them up as quick as they can. No more medevac energy, though. Force field going down. Sentries even getting in the mix. But this is actually a lot of Stalkers. And when you got Stalkers that are +2, they can really blink in and shred this infantry army. So this expansion at the center of the map might actually get shut down, and yeah, Fever actually just leaves. I mean, they called good luck and have fun and good game at the beginning of the game. No GG there. It was actually a very close matchup. I hadn't seen it before. Blind cast, really enjoyed it. It's actually a really intense back and forth battle. I really like HuK's play. Using just about every unit in the tech tree, getting all those key structures. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match as well. Look forward to more games. I post a lot of commentaries, of course, on my channel. If you enjoy these Korean Pro matches and my commentary, be sure to subscribe. I'll keep them coming, for sure. I'm going to be casting a lot more games in the days to come, all right? Cool. I actually want to say one more thing super quick. I forgot it in my last video, but thanks to everyone for leaving me feedback on that wrap-up vid. There's actually so much excellent feedback, and I really appreciate it from you guys. Hunter's wrap-up. So I will make that a weekly thing, just... the StarCraft and Blizzard news or headlines, events. stuff like that. So yeah, thanks a lot for all that feedback there, and thanks for tuning in, guys. All right.